Hello, everyone, and welcome to another festive Christmas episode of Cinema Recall Podcast. For our YouTube watchers, Ashley has finished a lovely plate of Chinese food.
Take two of spaghetti.
Oh, it was spaghetti.
Mm-hmm.
My fault. Wrong ethnic food group, okay? So please do not cancel me because I thought she was eating Chinese food, but no, it was Italian food. My apologies.
You just saw noodles.
I saw noodles. Noodles just make me think of Chinese food.
Like
Or maybe Thai,
delicious
or
Asian food.
maybe Thai food. All right, I don't want to make the
Hmm.
mistake of
Pad Thai. Nom
ethnic
nom
food. Oh,
nom.
pad Thai, so good. But welcome. Hello, Ashley. How
Hello.
you been, my friend?
Man, good. A little
Yeah,
lacking on the clients this week, but overall good.
overall good. Okay, well,
How
hell,
about you?
I like that. Don't speak to money. Good. They have me working in bakery now, and I'm loving
I
it.
bet you smell delicious.
I did the day I was packaging up donuts and crispies and
That sounds so
flips
good.
and pies. I did different
Every
pies
other one
and
would not get packed if I was working there.
some of them happened to just accidentally
They
drop
break. They fall.
and they
They get
fall.
wrecked. You got to eat them.
They fall into my mouth and I'm loving it. So love it. But thank you all for listening on our podcast platforms or watching us on the YouTube. Appreciate that very much. CinemaRecall.net. We do not have a Rage Corner this week. Our
We
apologies
don't have
to
time.
Film
I got to go to
Rage.
bed.
We're recording this late, guys. That's our rage right now. It's late and we want to go to bed, all
Too
right?
late.
So,
Rich
too,
Corner. I want to
but
go to bed. A
shout
jerk
out
on the
to
bus made Vern late. They had to call the cops. Rage Corner.
Rage Corner. Rage
There was.
Corner. There
Done
it
and over
is.
with.
There's a guy on the bus that may be late, and so yeah, there you go. Rage Corner
Almost
brought to you
late.
by
You're
Film
on
Rage.
time.
Well, but it got things to be slightly delayed. I would have been here earlier without the bus. So,
Oh, sure.
anyways, regardless of that, this is our Christmas episode called Christmas Quickies. Where
Christmas episode part 2 out of
yes,
4
we're
parts.
4 parts. Yes, we're doing our series of Christmas Quickies where we review 2 holiday themed movies. Do you want to go first with your pick, or do you want me to do my pick for you?
Let's do your pick for me first.
Okay, so my pick for Ashley was the 1974 horror slasher Christmas film Black Christmas, directed by Bob Clark and starring Olivia Hussey, Margot
Yes.
Kidder,
Lois
Kara
Lane.
Lois Lane, Mark Kidder, Lois Lane,
Yep.
Kira Dula, who was Dave Bowman in 2001: A Space Odyssey, John Saxon, who was the dad from A Nightmare on Elm Street, and it's about this sorority house on Christmas break, and these girls start getting these obscene phone calls.
It's the
Turns
breather,
out,
you guys. It's the breather.
turns out there's a guy that's living in their attic, and he
Why don't you
starts.
just ruin it, Vern? God,
But
I thought we were going to build up
no,
to the call is coming from inside the house.
well, it's not really ruined. You know, from the very first minutes of the movie, there's a guy that crawls into the attic,
I missed
and
that part, I guess. I must have
yeah,
turned my head and looked at something else because I'm easily distracted.
there was a guy that, in
I
fact, a
didn't
lot of
know he was.
people.
I didn't realize that he was up there the whole time.
Yep, there was a guy up there the whole time, and
Well,
it was up
go
the whole
on.
time, and throughout the movie, a girl goes to her room. She gets suffocated by the killer, and she's
Yep.
just left up there in her room. And her dad comes into town, and he's like, "Where's my daughter?" And they go to the police, and the police are not being much help.
They don't believe.
And
They don't believe that she's really missing. They're like, she's probably shacked up with some dude because that's what sorority girls do.
that's
They
right,
go missing because they're shacking up for some
shacking
weed.
up, getting that
Mm-hmm.
deep right there. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and then throughout the course of it, you get to meet Olivia Hussey's boyfriend. She's like the main girl of this. Olivia Hussey, you know, from Romeo and Juliet, the old Romeo and Juliet. and her boyfriend Kirjola, as I said before, was Dave Bowman in 2001. So the movie sets it up that this guy is really angry at his girlfriend for getting an abortion,
Mm,
and there
she wants to get one.
she wants to get one. Oh, she wants to get one. Okay, thank you
Yeah.
for clarifying that because I wasn't quite sure. I thought she already had the abortion. I wasn't quite sure
No.
if
No, because then he tries to quit the orchestra or whatever he's in. So he's like, I'm going to quit the orchestra and we're getting married. She's like, nah, bitch, that ain't what we're doing, actually. As a
yeah.
matter of fact, I knew it. I knew for the moment that he was like, we need to talk, that he was going to be like, we're going to get married. That'll solve everything. You'll want to keep
Yeah.
the baby if we're married.
I will say this though, for a movie that came out in
Hmm.
1974, being this is just right around like
Mm-hmm.
when Roe versus Wade first kind of passed, and having a female character
Yeah.
want to have an abortion and being strong in her convictions was a big bold thing, especially for early 70s film.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think the language was probably shocking in the
Yeah.
70s to have that kind of language, and just to show um like, well, maybe it wouldn't be so, I mean, it was like free love shit back then, so maybe it wasn't that big of a deal, but
That's right. Sex was everywhere in the 70s. You can just go to your local market and be like, I want that sex I was talking about.
that's right. Sex
And
aisle
they're like,
2,
sure.
clean up
Yep.
aisle 3.
So yeah, there's a kill in the house, and he's stalking all the sorority sisters, and hijinks ensure. There's a house mother who likes to hide liquor bottles everywhere in the house. There's
Yep. She has some
shenanigans.
good hiding spots, man. I was like, smart.
I
Smart.
know, right? That she hides some good places behind the toilet too, in books. She
Down
knows
in the
how to
toilet tank, and she cut out a little book. She loves sherry. She just
share.
loves
Yeah,
herself some sherry. I don't know. I
this
thought
jumps
sherry was for cooking with, but liquor is liquor, I
liquor's
suppose.
liquor. That's true.
Hmm.
All right. So this is your first time watching this.
Yeah,
Give me your opinion about this. Like,
I liked it, but it had a lot of the slasher cliches, like
mhm.
come out of they're like, come out, the call is coming from inside the house, come out of the house. And instead of like coming out of the house, she goes because she's worried about her two friends, but once she sees that they're dead, she should have bolted out the door, but she doesn't. She's like
Yeah.
trying to catch the guy and then hide from him. It's the classic like, don't go in there, you idiot, sort of situation. The
Especially when
cops
you get
are
a
stupid. The cops are stupid.
oh,
Nobody knows how
majorly.
to, like, they didn't even sweep the house like when they got there. Like, they have
Oh,
the dead girl upstairs in the attic with the plastic on her face right by the window. You're telling me if the cops showed up, they didn't look up and see a dead lady
we
upstairs? It was right by the window the whole time.
it was right there, and that's why I found it to be just so creepy
So
about the movie,
dumb.
especially
Yeah, like
at the
there's no
end.
way. There's no way. There's no way they didn't check the attic. Come on now.
I
Ridiculous.
agree, the cops are stupid, but it makes for kind of a cool little visual. And you have to admit, the cops are stupid even from the beginning. I love the
Oh,
scene
very much
where
so.
I love the sequence where I think it was like Margaret Kidder is telling one of the police how to reach the house, and she
Yeah,
says, "Yeah, our phone number is Fellatio 5679." It's like
I know.
Fellatio, and you had
And
no
he's
idea
like,
who Fellatio
and he
was.
writes it down. Like, that's a fault. I also was
Oh,
like, why is he writing that down?
yeah.
What kind of phone number are they working with back then?
Like the whole like Klondike, they had that word before a number type of thing. Like
No, I didn't
where
know that,
people
but he
still
didn't know what the word fellatio meant.
that was
what a
epic. Oh,
what a fucking square.
well, lame mode. All
What
right.
an L
Now
sub.
this is a movie that was made right before John Carpenter's Halloween,
Mm-hmm.
and I heard on the Let's Talk Horror podcast, and I agree with this too. They said Black Christmas walked so Halloween could run because it does establish all the sort of tropes
Right.
in there that would be used in Halloween. And in fact,
Mm-hmm.
John Carpenter was talking with Bob Clark, and he said, here's how I envisioned a Black Christmas sequel could be, and he described the plot, which would essentially turn into Halloween. So it
Awesome.
just took those key ideas, and I think Halloween is a better movie. But it's fun to see how Halloween was inspired from
Hmm.
this. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it was a good movie. It was fun to
yeah,
watch. The characters were there were like like the house mother was a great character. Margot Kidder, right? Is that
yeah. She was the drunk one. She was like the bitchy sorority
yeah, the
girl.
one with the shitty mom. I like she had a line that was she's like, "You're a real gold-plated horror mother."
Gold plate for mother.
I was like,
Oh, nice.
"Wow." Cuz she was supposed to go home for Christmas, but her mom has a new boyfriend and they're going to go do something more fun than hanging out with her own kid.
And if you meet Margot Kidder's character in this, you understand why they don't want to be around her that much. But I don't
I
know.
think
I thought
she
she was
was
fun.
like that because her mother was shitty.
That's true. That makes sense. I get that. And I don't care either way. I thought they were just fun hanging out
I
with
liked
her.
her character. Yeah. And I liked the
Yeah.
house mother. Although I was a little confused. So the dad that where the first girl doesn't show up, remember, and he
Yeah.
goes to the police. Is that the same dad at the end who's in that room with the left with the girl at the end? I thought it
I
was the same dad, and I'm like, are they sisters? I'm so confused.
I don't I don't think they're related. I think he may just know her as being like a friend of the family, a friend of hers,
Oh,
and they've been together for so long. So
well,
it seems like a sister type of thing. So
let's talk about the ending.
okay. Yeah, so the movie kind of sets it up that you believe the boyfriend who wanted to get married to the
Mhm.
girl who has the kid is the killer.
Right.
It sets it up
Well,
that
you
way
think
that
that at first, but then they say that he calls while he's at. They get a call from him while he's at the party. So they're like, "There's no way it could be him." The phone call came. One of the phone calls came when he was at the party.
mm, true, but I think
So
when they had him come back to the house too, and it kind of
yeah,
like sets it up that trope where he's supposed to be the killer. Plus, he's been enraged about his girlfriend wanting to get abortion and not get married, so it kind of just sets up that cliche that he's going to
sure.
be the
I mean, I
killer.
never thought it was him because of him being there when the first phone call came in, and he didn't fit the stereotype of a like a crazy person.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, he was upset, but he wasn't. I mean, he didn't even know that she was pregnant and wanted an abortion until after the murders started happening. So it's not like that was even a catalyst for him to start murdering people. So I
that's
I
true.
knew it wasn't going to be him the
Yeah,
whole
that's
time. And when I was like, well, he's going to try and help her and she's going to be scared and that fucker's still going to be lurking, and he was.
yeah. He was
And
still after all the cops left. They left. They after this
the
traumatic
dumbest shit
experience.
ever. Doctor sedates her. She's going to be out for 4 hours. The dad faints. They all leave her. They're like, we got to
In
get
the
this
house.
dad to the hospital. Also, we have to go to the police station and deal with the reporters. Let's leave this woman who's been traumatized and is now drugged, sleeping in the house where all these murders happened. Just turn off all the lights
Sure,
and leave. She'll be fine because
everything's
when she wakes
fine.
up in 4 hours, she won't be discombobulated. She'll know exactly what happened. She'll be like, oh, better get to the hospital. I was like, what the
Yeah,
fuck are they doing, man? Why did they leave her there? That's so stupid. Nobody would fucking do that.
no,
So
I do
dumb.
agree. Dumb word from the cops right there.
Oh my god.
But I
They
do
left
remember
her like
watching
they're
it.
leaving? They're leaving her.
I
Smart.
was very upset, but also very kind of scared because you know the killer's still in the house because the phone calls could happen again. So
Mm-hmm.
they
Well,
could have
he could
set
have
that
just
up
been killed
better.
her and been done with it.
Oh, he's going to kill her. I mean
Oh yeah.
that's what the movie sets it up there. You know she's
Here's
going
the
to die.
question though. I'm wondering, was he the one that killed the 13-year-old girl in the park, or was that just a coincidence?
That's a good point. Yeah, because there's
Because
another
I don't
murder
think
that
he left the
happens.
house.
Oh, so the killers go around there.
So I don't
Yeah,
know. Maybe it was him. Maybe that was his first, and he had his eye on those girls. I don't know. It just didn't. The fact that some random 13-year-old girl was found dead in the park, that doesn't make sense.
weird.
But
And then Bob Clark would follow Black Christmas up with A Christmas Story a few years later.
oh, in the holiday
So
spirit.
in the holiday spirit, so it
Which
goes from
would you consider A Christmas Story really a Christmas story?
I mean, it's centered on Christmas. The guy's trying to get a toy for Christmas,
You know
trying to
what I was
get
thinking this
Santa's.
whole for a minute? I was like, in fact, I thought of this the other day because she's making turkey, and in my head I was like, is that a Thanksgiving movie? But yeah, no, it's all Christmas. Remember how I
Yeah.
said I wanted to go to bed early?
So
This is why. Because my brain is like, she made turkey, so that's a Thanksgiving movie.
a holiday
Sorry, had a
movie,
moment.
Christmas, Thanksgiving.
Had a
I
moment.
love it.
Let's cut that out.
Uh,
Edit.
so
Cut.
no,
Delete.
leave this all in here, okay? This is brilliant stuff.
Oh yeah,
But
brilliant.
what would you just give Black Christmas? Let's give our stories real quickly before we move on to our
I
next
would give it
one.
a 7 out of 10. If you like
Yeah.
horror, and it kind of like fake gore and campiness, it's right up your alley.
Yeah.
I would give it a 7. I liked it.
I would give about a little bit like 3.5 out of 5.
Oh, 3.5. Okay, I went out of 10.
That's fair.
So
That's cool.
So
Yeah,
we're
we're
probably
about
right
average
about
around
the
the same.
same.
Still the
Yeah.
same right there.
All right.
Before we do get to our next flick, for our podcast listeners, we're gonna play a quick little ad spot.
Yep.
Right here, bam. And also, before working back to Cinema Recall, I do want to mention real quickly our sponsor. Well, actually, I can't mention that. But fuck it, I'm gonna say it right now. Sometimes I do forget shit. Like I forget to mention that we don't actually have a sponsor, but I do forget shit. And every time I do forget stuff, I use Mastermind. That's a little bottle right there. Mastermind. Go to mastermind.com. They do help you with your memory. They have this great energy drink that boosts energy and focus, crushes procrastination, and elevates mental clarity. Go to mastermind.com slash Cinema Recall. Use the promo code Cinema Recall 20. Get 56% off your purchase in the first 10 days. So if you forget things and forget to say stuff like I have done right now, then use Magic Mind and they're going to be helping you out big time right there. There you go. Want to give them a quick shout out. Also, I do want to give a quick shout out right now to Bigger Movie Pod because they were really nice. They wrote us a tweet saying that how much they love and appreciate our support. And so want to give
Oh,
a
that's nice.
small little shout out to them. They're from the UK. They're great people from our lads out there. So give them a quick
From
little
across the pond.
across the pond. So
They're across the pond.
thank you very much for that.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. So the next film we're going to look at is
the one
The
I
Ref.
picked. I picked.
Go ahead, Ashley.
It is The Ref, which I don't have the deets. Do you have the deets?
Okay. So this
what year was it released? It was
1994. I'll tell you right now.
Okay, I was
1994.
going to say 92, but it is 94.
94. Directed by Ted Demme, and our principal cast members are Dennis
Touchstone
Leary.
feature.
Touchstone feature. Dennis Leary, Judy Davis, and Kevin Spacey are
Yes.
our main principal cast members.
Yes.
Go ahead with their small plot description.
So,
Ash.
okay, small synopsis is a what would they call that? Oh,
Burglar?
yeah, but it's like that's his life. He's just he's got a life of crime. He's I can't think of the word because it's late.
He's a thief.
What?
He's a
He is
professional thief.
But there's like a term for it. But of course now I can't think of it.
Like,
a career thief. That's all. He's just a career criminal.
Career criminal. Okay.
Yeah, that was what I was looking for. My brain was not kept finding it. It got here. Maybe if I had that little shot that you were holding up a minute ago.
Yes,
for my
Mastermind.
Clarity. Yeah, maybe that would help me. Quit hoarding all the magic mind, Vern.
You were better at the
magic mind.
You were better at the sort of like the segues.
Yeah. So okay, back to what we're saying. Okay, so he's a career criminal and he tries to pull off this heist, and he gets thwarted, so he runs away and ends up taking hostage a soon-to-be divorced couple in therapy, and all they do is fight the whole time. And
Hmm.
he ends up having to pretend to be their therapist when their family arrives for Christmas dinner. And it's very good and it's really funny. And if
Oh,
you haven't seen it, see it. It's so good. What did you think, Vern?
were you now? I like to do this before I saw this movie. Were you familiar at all with Dennis Leary and
Yes.
his
Yes.
comedy skits?
Yeah.
His
He kind
album
of
No
did a
Cure
little
for
stick at the end, but yeah.
Yeah, like his album "No Cure for Cancer"
Oh
was
yeah.
coming
Oh
out, which is a
yeah.
very popular CD. In fact, I
That
know in
was very good.
early
Some
episodes, you can
yeah.
listen to Ash and I do a rendition of "Asshole." So
Yeah, that's what he's famous for.
famous for that. But he did all these rants on MTV and everything, and
Yeah.
this was his first feature film, and I thought that he was really good. I still think the funniest people in the movie is Judy Davis and Kevin Spacey fighting with each
Yes.
other because they have like really lot of great lines with each other. You know what I did not recognize in this movie at first until I watched it again?
Hmm.
This movie features a very young J.K. Simmons
Yeah. You didn't recognize
as
him right away?
not right away because it took me a few seconds to notice him. Like,
Mhm.
oh, it sounds like J.K. Simmons, but it's a younger J.K. Simmons. He plays
Yes.
the guy from their son's military school who's been being blackmailed by their son.
By their son with pictures that we never get to see.
Oh no, we see. Well, we see them. It's J.K. Simmons and two prostitutes.
Oh, again, I was probably turned my head away for
Fair enough.
I
Yeah, but
missed
yeah,
very important details, I guess, but I didn't even realize it.
uh,
What?
and the family comes in, and I think there's I can't remember. Kevin Spacey's mom is like this very over controlling mother because they took out a loan from her to buy a house,
Oh,
and
Kevin Spacey's mom. Yes.
yes, not no to start a business. They were going to start a business, a restaurant
Yeah.
business, and it went under, and so now they have to pay her back. And Judy Davis is upset because the restaurant could have done better. And I love the line he says, "When the National Board of Review says how come we don't try fasting, it's time to do a different type of business." So yeah, but
Well, that was a good
s-
line. Hmm.
silly, funny hijinks right there. Yeah, just Des Leary just pulling the shots on all the things that are happening with this couple, and the couple starts to rekindle the relationship
Yeah.
because of his involvement. Because unlike their other strengths, Des Leary is not just taking any crap. He tells them everything honestly.
Right.
Even in the beginning car ride, when they talk about a situation and she lied about something and he wasn't telling the right truth. The fact that they got them to, I guess, have somewhat
Oh
of an
yeah.
agreement on
Yeah.
that.
Because Kevin Spacey was calling his wife a liar, and
Yeah,
Dennis Leary called her out for being a liar, and then he also turned right to Kevin Spacey and put the gun in his face and said, "And you lied when you said you didn't see that stop sign. So you're a liar too, right?"
yeah,
So he's just like, "You're both liars.
yeah.
You want to be mad at her for being a liar, you're a liar too. Doesn't matter if it's a big or a small lie. A lie is a lie."
Uh, and I like the fact too when they have their big sort of like outbreak near the end, and
Mm-hmm.
they talk about the restaurant and how he wanted to try to keep things going, and no, it was about the move out.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't really want to move, but she was so upset because they were not making as much money as their friends
And she
were,
kind of,
and
yeah,
so
she
like this
blames
idea
him.
about move.
Yeah, she blames him, but really, she didn't help make the decision. She just left it to him to make the decision, even though he didn't want to move into his
Uh,
mom's house. So she resented him for something that she had a part in. She just didn't recognize it until Dennis Leary uh, abducted them. Abducted them.
yes, so,
So there it is. Yeah.
sometimes you need,
And I really
so if
liked
you're
that he was the one that he got both of the sons to stand up to the mom.
that was great.
Like,
That was great.
because that mom was horrible. That mom was such a bitch,
I love the
such a bad
line that
person. They're like,
I
"Oh, we've
love.
been paying on this with your, and the interest rate that you're charging us, it was like 16% or something on a loan she gave her own son." And then she's like, "Well, and we pay this horrible interest rate." And the mom's like, "Well, we'll just see how the interest rate looks next year when we go over." I was like, "Wow, mom,
Even
you're gonna
just
like go up their interest rate just because like interest rates go up around you? This is your
uh,
family. That's so fucked up."
I like Dizzler says, "Hey, what mother are you? A mother's supposed to be warm and nice. I know loan
Yeah.
sharks that are more forgiving than you are."
Yep. Yep.
And then Spacey has that one great line too, and he says, "Mother, if you feel ever unappreciated, I'm gonna buy you a cross. So if you ever feel unappreciated, unloved,
Next
you can
Christmas.
go up
Yep.
there and nail yourself to
Nail
it."
yourself to it. Yep.
Yeah,
Next time you're
uh,
feeling unappreciated, you can climb up there and nail yourself to it. I was like, "Oh
yes,
shit!" I love the
epic.
actress that played his mom, though. She plays
Oh,
a. She's that. She actually was in. Oh shoot! I like her. She was also in. Oh shoot! What's
so,
that buddy comedy with Will Ferrell and um Mark Wahlberg where they're cops?
the not the nice guys, the other
No.
guys, the other
Yeah.
guys.
She's they abduct her, they get her at the end when um like she's in the club and she's smoking pot with like all of the dudes in the club at the end. So funny.
Oh, I did not. Oh, I didn't know that. That is
Oh yeah.
epic here. Well, the actress name is Glynis Johns.
Okay.
So that cool. I did not know that. But yeah, I have not seen this movie in a while, and it still made me laugh to this day. I love Des Leary's partner Gus.
Oh yeah.
I like the fact that the guy himself had a happy ending because he's trying to get an
He got a
escape boat.
girlfriend at the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's trying to escape boat and meets a girl on the boat who's also an
Yep.
ex-con that's trying to escape, and yeah, it's really just a sweet, heartwarming, adult, R-rated fun comedy,
Yeah.
and I
It's fun. I like it.
really
It's
enjoyed it.
really funny.
I'm glad you put this one for me. Ted Damey unfortunately did pass away a few years after this because he made the movie Blow. Ted Demme is the brother of Jonathan Demme. Jonathan Demme, we know, has done Silence of the Lambs and Talking Heads, Stop Making Sense, who also passed away not too long ago. So unfortunately, we don't have those filmmakers anymore. But Ted Dame's first movie was Who's the Man with Ed Lauver and Dr. Dre of Yo MTV Raps, where they play cops.
Oh, I've never seen that.
So I haven't either, but something I will check out because Ted Davies started his career out doing like music videos and commercials
Oh,
for
cool.
MTV, and yeah. And this was even a Jerry Don Simpson, Jerry Bruckheimer production who did like the Beverly Hills Cop movies and Top Gun and Armageddon, all those early '90s Bay features,
Yeah. Oh,
The
those are
Rock,
all
and
good. Yeah, those
yeah.
are fun.
So good little fun comedy. I'll give my score real quickly on the ref out of 5. I'm gonna go 5. I'm gonna go 5 out of 5 because I don't find any faults with the movie. The plot moves around pretty fast. There's not any slow moments in the movie. It doesn't
Yep.
drag along. It's just
And there's no plot holes. There's no every character is great. Like the sister-in-law. What's her name?
100%. Oh, no,
She,
that's Christine Baranczyk. Christine
yeah, she's
Baranski.
great. And I love when
Yeah.
she's like whenever she yells at her kid, she hits him, and he's like,
It-
"You hit your son one more time." He like threatens her with her life, and I like the part where he's like, "Sit down and shut up." And she goes, "I'm not. You're not my therapist. You can't tell me what to do." And he goes, "Sit down and shut the fuck up." And she's like, because she's a blowhard. She is a blowhard, and she's kind of like the mom, the mother of the two of Kevin Spacey, just loud
Mhm.
and bossy. So I thought that
uh,
was funny. But anyway,
and,
yes, I would
and when
I would give it a 9.5 out of 10.
they have nice.
Yeah.
So
I would recommend
web.
it. So if you haven't seen it, see it. You can watch it on Amazon, Vudu, and a couple other places. I think for like $3.99.
Nice.
Worth
Well,
it.
there you
Worth
go.
it.
Don't have excuse not to see it, folks. We do have some comments that I want to say real quickly
All
about
right.
both these movies that people have mentioned us on the social medias. I'm going to go first to our, and god damn it, now I lost it because my fucking internet here. All right, it'll just only take me a quick second to find this. Just a quick, I just got to scroll here.
Some
Bonsai
nice
Movie Crew
music. Yeah.
Bonsai Movie Crew on Twitter said, recently saw Black Christmas, great classic, high recommend. So thank you, Bonsai Movie Crew.
Thank you.
Anders Holmes at Frabitius91 says, haven't seen the ref yet, but Black Christmas is a frightened and underrated horror slasher. The characters are well written and the suspense is incredible. I think it's very well made and there's some really good acting too. I sometimes prefer it to Halloween. Fair enough. I do not, but I can appreciate your thoughts on that. So thank you very much. The Suns and Shadows cast says, I absolutely love the ref. It's gotten me through many holidays. Grandma's
Yes.
eating through a gauge line. Uh, Black Christmas is pretty good for an early slasher, albeit a bit all over the place.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Uh,
Grandma's chewing through her through her gag.
hey, Donna, go get your grandmother. All right. Oh, then over on our Facebook group, our crack page, Cinema Recalls Awesome Cinematic Club. I did have a message here from Lisa Leahy from Rabbit Hole
Hey,
Podcast.
Lisa.
She says, I don't know why so many people have slept on the ref. Dennis Leary is such a favorite of mine. And of course, Black Christmas is a classic. Veer far away from the remake, though. Ick. I've seen the 2006 remake, and it's good. It has a much better storyline, but it's missing that atmosphere, that horror, creepy
Mm-hmm.
atmosphere. And it's definitely more of a hardcore slasher film.
Well, that's
And
good to know.
then, lastly, on our Instagram page, we have a message here from our wonderful people over at Film Rage, who
Film
said,
Ray.
Black Christmas, the OG, best, and don't forget Canadian, because it is a Canadian
Ah.
production,
Oh yeah.
and they were from Canada, so yay!
Well, all
So
right then.
thank you, everyone. Now I apologize immensely here. Do we have time to make quick shout outs to our Patreon members?
What time is it?
It's
Yep,
like 9:34.
9:30. I could go to bed in 5 minutes.
Okay, okay, I'll do a quick shout out to our Patreon members again, patreon.com/cinemaricalpod. Thank you very much to these wonderful cats for giving us money to do shows. So, no special order. Jason Soto from Rabbit Hole Podcasts.
Thank you,
Thank you, Jason.
Jason.
Linda Castro from Bed Knobs and Broomflits.
Thank you. Gracias.
Gracias. Jeanette Mickenham from AKA Jeanette.
Thank you.
Matt and Ashley from Mashley at the Movies.
Danka.
Harvey Andrus, who is our good friend. Love you, Harvey. He's not from anything, but he likes our
Hey,
show.
thank you,
So thank you,
Harvey.
Harvey. And then lastly, Jen McQuaid from Shot and Applaud. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank
All
you,
right.
thank you.
Thank you for listening to this Christmas episode. We will be back. I think it is
Part deux.
part. Is it no? This today was part deux. That was the part. This is trois,
That's
right?
what I
Part
said.
trois. You said
No,
duh.
this is our second one.
This is our second one. Part deux. Yes.
Yep.
Next one will be part trois.
Correct.
And what movies? What movies are we talking about next time?
I don't have my notebook, so you tell me. remember.
Last Christmas.
You gave
I
you my heart, but the very next day you gave it away. Is that on the
Yes.
list for next week?
We're reviewing Last Christmas and I believe Kiss Kiss Bane Bane.
Oh yes! Oh, I'm so excited. All right, cool.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to be watching. I'm going to go to bed soon, so when you listen to this episode, folks, it is going to be my birthday this week.
Hey, It's gonna be Vern's birthday. How old are you gonna be this year?
I will be 46.
46?
Yeah,
Damn it.
you'll be an old guy,
You're being
an old man.
you're on the other side of the hill to 50, man.
That's right. I'm gonna go into my older age being the silver fox.
That's right. You
That
you were a silver fox in your 30s, baby.
hey, well now I'll be an old
But
fox in my
it's getting
50s there.
silver. It's just getting more prevalent and we love it.
Oh, thank you, girl. All right.
Hey,
Uh,
next year, Vern, will you be stupid sexy Santa for Christmas?
why can't I be stupid sexy Santa for this year? I can just
Not
Santa
your hair
suit.
isn't white enough yet. It's too much gray up
Oh,
there. It needs to be
too much
whiter.
gray.
Yeah.
Santa can have like little like what do you call it here?
What you
You
got? He
know,
put 5 minutes just for men in his hair for a little color.
yes, he did. All right.
All right, stupid sexy Santa.
Right. It's Christmas time, pretty baby, and the
And the
snow is on the
snow is
ground.
falling down.
Oh, it's Christmas time, pretty
Pretty
baby,
baby.
and snow is falling
Kurt
on the
Russell.
ground.
Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Mm. Baby. I was
Oh,
watching that at Rochelle's house this weekend, and that came on, and her kids, they're like, gross. And I was like, oh, yeah, Santa. They're like,
yeah,
disgusting. And I was like,
love
he's
it. Nah,
like,
I need a
he's
movie now that
gorgeous.
is there a movie that has like a really hot, sexy Mrs. Claus doing like a little striptease?
No, Goldie Hawn is too good for that.
Not go. I don't. It doesn't have to be Goldie
Yeah,
Hawn. I just
Goldie
want.
Hawn is Mrs. Claus.
I want a different movie where it's
Nope,
like Mrs. Claus is
can't have
strapped for cash and has to take a job at a strip club, and she's like,
it. Never
oh,
strapped for cash, man.
never.
She's
Well, of
busy.
course, she's got a sugar daddy right there.
Her candy cane daddy.
Her candy king daddy exactly. Oh, but if you haven't,
There's
yeah, I
cookie
think
daddy.
cookie. Sugar cookie daddy. All
Mm-hmm.
right.
Sugar
Woo!
cookie daddy.
All right,
All right,
guys.
well, Vern,
Well,
I'll see you next week, man.
all right. Love you, Ash. Love you, everyone that listens to our show.
Mwah, mwah,
Bye.
mwah.